Hey everybody, welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. I am Cool Trainer Alex.
And I don't know who I am, Drak.
I'm experiencing a little
slowdown. Okay, I'm Bugcatcher Drak.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time remembering trainer types too.
Exactly, because you can't use all the expanded ones that they've done in the other gens, because they're not there. So, like, I want to go with the, like, some of the ones that, Alex Fasciani does, but they're all later gen.
So let's do some later gen. Who cares?
I can't remember them either.
Okay, so it's not just...
Alright, so, Junior Trainer wants to fight.
This trainer is optional. You can cut through him, but I'm fighting her because... You might be thinking this Jigglypuff's going to give me a lot of grief. It actually doesn't.
Man, this Jigglypuff looks at you like, you will enjoy the color pink. No! Defense Girl? Okay, I expected Sing to be the first ability.
You would think so, but thankfully it doesn't use Sing. And I take it out before it can.
Yay, we're having some good luck for once.
For now.
At least until we enter the rock tunnel.
Yes. So before I start screaming obscenities at this, so Adam, have you heard of the new anime special called Pocket Monsters Origin?
I've heard rumors of it.
Yes. What have you heard?
Not a lot. Just like basically maybe a prequel story for Ash or another story entirely.
Okay, yeah, it's another story. It's actually going to be directly based off the Gen 1 games, so it's not going to be like the Ash Ketchum story, which is more the inspiration story.
So you are actually going to be playing Red.
Yes, it's not a game, it's an anime.
You're going to be following Red.
Yes, and I don't know why. This is what happens when you get lazy when you're editing. I'm sorry, I'm having like 5 other editing projects I have to do. So I get a little lazy in my editing.
Yes.
But, okay.
That's okay.
But yes, it actually is an anime that follows the adventures of Red and Blue. So I think that's really interesting. I'm really excited for that. I want to see that.
Is this going to be an actual episodic anime?
I don't think it's going to be an episodic anime. I think it's just going to be a one-shot special.
That'd be interesting if they somehow connected Red to Ash. That's been kind of the rumor, isn't it? That
yeah, there's a lot of fan theories about how Red
would be Ash's dad, or
Ash's brother.
Red would be the last great Pokemon master that came out of Pallet Town. So, like, I guess some of the dialogue was originally going to be that Ash looked up to Red or something like that, but I don't know.
Those are just fan theories.
Yeah. Can't really prove anything. Well, if it's not going to be like a full-on series, so what is it going to be? A mini-series? A movie?
A TV special, so...
So, like a mini-series. Okay.
Not like a mini-series, but probably more like an hour or 2 hour long episode, pretty much.
That's skipping a lot of stuff, though. Because, like, you have to showcase this whole thing in Kanto, don't you?
I don't know exactly how much it's going to cover of the story, but it's just it's a special, and specials can be pretty much any time. But
well, Double or Nothing, my wife is going to want to know about it.
Yes.
And we're going to want to follow it. And going to want to know my input on it, and I'm not going to have any. It's not that I think it's bad, just... Like, okay, well, why didn't they do this before? The problem is that Kanto's kind of irrelevant now. Kanto's long since done. Now they're in... What's the black and white Unova?
Yeah, Unova, yeah. Well, I mean, Kanto's not totally irrelevant. I mean, they always acknowledge that Ash is from Pallet Town.
Do they even visit Kanto?
Yeah.
In previous games?
Yeah, they do.
So, like, in black and white, you can go to Kanto?
No, you can't.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I think after Gen 2,
yeah,
they didn't allow you to.
Yeah, after Gen 2, you pretty much can't go back.
Like, I think in Gen 3, you can go back to Johto, but you can't... Well, you can... I guess in Emerald, you can go and take on the Island Masters. I don't know what they're called. But that's it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a shame. I really wish they would. I get it with Generation 3. I mean, Hoenn really big. So.
It is. And I'm actually kind of happy they stopped doing it, because at that point, one of the biggest complaints I had with Gen 3 was that they went back to Johto, but not Kanto.
Yeah, you don't go back. You don't go back in Gen 3.
Oh, you don't go back in Gen 3 at
No.
all?
No.
You just go to the...
And of course, the damn Slowpoke disabled my Thunderbolt.
Ouch.
And pretty much, Slowpokes have really good defense.
People were waiting for us to actually do like Pokemon commentary. Here you go.
We are doing Pokemon commentary.
Alex ranting, but no.
I slam it, but Slowpokes have just really good defense, and I can't finish it without a good electric attack. And of course, the stupid thing had to disable my Thunderbolt.
And now you're done. Oh, jeez! This is kind of why I like to overpower my Pokemon, because that's just not going to be possible. Not unless they get really, really lucky. Oh, can you actually use Dig on Slowpoke?
Yes, of course you can.
Do something? Okay.
Why wouldn't you think it can?
Oh, I would think since it's a water type, it wouldn't do much.
Yeah, well, I think it's part water, yeah.
It's part water, part psychic.
Yeah. I mean, it would probably have the...
See, guys, I know actually what some of the types are.
And of course,
for those who are actually saying I don't know jack about Pokemon, F you, I know plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're back in the rock tunnel after recovering, I'm guessing.
Yes.
But I will fight you. I don't come here often, but I will fight you.
It is possible to navigate through Rock Tunnel without Flash, but I like having Flash. It's just a little easier.
Can I just say, one of the things that makes me laugh about the junior trainers,
Mm-hmm.
they are the Boy Scouts of this world. The Boy and the Girl Scouts. So, like, I see the image, I'm like, oh, are you going to give me a cookie? That doesn't help. That doesn't make it intimidating. Oh, so you're getting your Grass-type merit badge. Awesome! I'm going to help you just as much as I help the junior woodchucks. Sorry, I have a little bit of Pokemon, or DuckTales on the brain. I'm actually gearing up for my first game review. And my first game review is going to be DuckTales Remastered. Because I love it. Actually, it was just because that was the first thing that came to mind, and I actually got requests on my radio program to review it.
Oh, very nice. So you're just reviewing it on the radio? You're not going to put up a video?
I'm going to do a radio review that's going to be short, and then a full-on review that'll be on Tumblr. So, probably even a video review to go up, because I'm crazy and OCD that way. I'm just trying to get seed, Alex, okay?
Okay.
I'm just trying to show that I have relevance. Even though I'm how many weeks out now?
Low kick. And it does
actually...
nothing.
Oh,
Poison.
seed.
Yeah, Bulbasaur is of course part poison, so it's resistant to fighting type.
Ouch.
So Karate Chop does more damage.
But now you have Leech Seed to worry about. Does Leech Seed continue after the Pokemon is fainted?
Not in this generation. I think it might in later generations, actually.
Because I think, yeah, because in previous generations it was connected to the Pokemon that gave it. Because then they would get held for it.
Actually, it might do it in this generation and not in later generations. I honestly can't remember now. And
Seed is one of those weird abilities. Yay! Spearow doesn't have paralysis anymore! And it has health again.
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yes.
So one of the questions that people usually do have for us, I'm actually trying to keep these more Pokemon themed. And so one of the things that I do actually want to ask is, Alex, we've been through 5 gens, we're coming up on a 6th.
Right.
Favorite region of these generations?
I'd say Johto.
You like Johto?
Yes.
Can you give us a reason why you like Johto?
I always thought Johto had a lot to offer. A little more than Kanto. Naturally, it's Gen 2, and for good reason, of course, but I always thought Johto was so creative in its design. I loved all the places to go visit. I liked the different towns. I liked all the new Pokemon, so I always really loved the Johto region.
Okay. For me, though, I don't know. I love the original Kanto just because that's what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like how big... Here's the thing to keep in mind, guys. Sinnoh and Unova, I have not seen all that much of. But Hoenn was a cool concept to me because I waited for like a big continent.
Oh yeah, Hoenn is huge.
And so I wasn't entirely fond, but I loved how big Hoenn was, and that made me very hopeful for things like Sinnoh being as big. And I don't think they have been, have they? Somebody actually told me Unova... The Hoenn is one of the biggest regions.
Yeah.
Unova's not that big. And then Sinnoh is fairly big.
I really can't comment on the size. I haven't played enough of the other gens.
And nobody knows anything about Gen 6 yet. We don't know how big that area is getting.
Right. I can't comment on the size. I just haven't played enough of the more later gens to really tell you.
You know somebody's going to be like, you guys claim to be Pokemon fans, but you haven't played through Gen 4.
I've played through Gen 4, so...
Well, he's played... I played, like, the first little bit of it, but that's it. It's not that I hate the thing, it's just they're big games.
I do. I'll give them credit, Hoenn is big and it has a lot to offer, but for me it was just a little too big. I kind of got a little travel weary.
The only thing that kind of...
Oh my god!
You just came in contact with your enemy ability, self-destruct.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that... Back to what we were talking about, because we're having massive ADD. The only thing that bugged me about Hoenn was we were still stuck to the 8 badges. And I actually think with a bigger continent, it would have made more sense to add another 2 or 3 badges.
Right.
Because then you wouldn't feel as travel weary. You didn't feel as travel worthy because you were going to have to go to more cities anyway.
Yeah.
And so that was the disappointing part to it, but I love the fact that it was huge.
I actually think I like that a lot about Unova. I think there's more cities in between. Hoenn is... The routes between cities are so very long, which is why it made me a little travel weary.
Now, does Black 2 and White 2 change Unova that much? I know that you start in a different region.
I think you're still in Unova, but you're like on the other side of it. You're like in
you're basically going backwards.
Yes.
Right? But there's no new Pokemon. It's the same gyms.
Yeah.
Maybe in a different order.
Yes, and well, there are differences to the gyms. Like some of the leaders might be different. Their Pokemon roster will be different. So there is new stuff to be added to Black and White 2. It's not quite like the Platinum or the Yellow or the other kind of the Crystals. Which
this was
were
basically filler until they could get Gen 6 out. Kind of thing.
Well,
it sounds to me like
it not totally. No, I wouldn't call it filler because like Yellow, Crystal. Platinum, they're the filler games. Not that they're bad.
Because they are, granted, Crystal gave you a female trainer, but it was rinse, lather, repeat.
Yes.
It was the same gyms, same order, same everything.
Yes, Black and White 2 actually adds new stuff, so...
Okay.
And it does change things up quite a bit, so no real complaints to Black and White. And not that I have complaints about the filler games like Crystal or Platinum or these. These were great.
Sure.
They were a great way to bridge the time between the next generation and improve some things from the first editions.
Well, in a lot of cases, you can make the claim that Black 2 and White 2 bought Game Freak enough time to work out the details they needed to make Gen 6 all the more interesting.
Especially for a brand new system for the 3DS,
Yeah.
It's got to be really tough when you're suddenly shifting gears to a whole new system, I imagine.
Told, dude, I actually think that may not be a good thing for them. Because 3DS, yes, it's a new platform, but with the introduction of the 2DS, I have a feeling next E3, we're going to see another handheld. We're going to see the next gen. Because the only reason that I can think of to bring out the 2DS now is to give people a cheaper version so they can go and buy that until the next thing comes out.
I have to kind of disagree with you. Mostly because the 3DS hasn't been doing that great, so I doubt Nintendo's going to... I mean, I could see the argument can go both ways, but because the 3DS hasn't been doing super well, I don't think Nintendo's going to be rushing to put it out of commission so quickly.
They may or may not, but I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing that pretty soon.
I think the 2DS is more because Pokemon's coming out, and obviously Pokemon's targeted for a much younger crowd. They want to probably give...
They don't want to deal with seizures.
Yeah, it might be both health, and durability because they don't want
the clamshell is not a good thing for kids.
Kids. You're probably not going to want to pay $300 for something that might get broken in 2 weeks.
Pretty much.
I know
a lot of people that have kids that have complained about the clamshell design because it's hard to keep that thing running smoothly. So at that case, you can, with the TDS, at least have more durability with it. which with little kids, that's what matters.
Yeah. I don't get why everybody's like, the 2DS is the worst thing since Hitler.
It's not the worst thing. It's a gimmick.
It's
I'm going to give them that. I will give them that the 2DS is a gimmick. And really, it should have come out sooner than this. But it was going to happen sooner or later.
I don't get the complaints. I mean, I don't get the complaints, period. I just don't get why people are complaining about the 2DS. It's not for you.
I get it a little bit. I get it in the sense that I have a 3DS. I don't use 3D at all. And so if I could have gotten something for $50-$60 cheaper, I would have done it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can understand that, but that's not the complaints I'm seeing. Especially
since some games, like, earlier 3DS games were dependent on the 3D, and you had to use it. But then there have been some now that they just say, 3D is optional.
Right.
And if Nintendo starts doing that, yeah. They already know that the 3D is probably a failed gimmick. In fact, that's one of the things that I see the most criticized about the 3DS is the 3D. It just isn't either. It seems like it doesn't work right, or seizure concerns. So, but you might be right. The 2DS is primed for Gen 6.
Yes.
It's right there. So people can get their 2DS, maybe get a few more games, and then Gen 6 will come out, and that's where they'll be.
As for me, I'm getting one of those cool, nifty, customized Pokemon-style 3DSs.
How is it customized? Like it's got a Pikachu skin, or
it's got like special skins for like for X and Y. There's like an X 3DS and a Y 3DS, and it's got.
You're getting the X one.
Yes, I think I'll get the X one. Yeah. Okay. I definitely want to get one of those for when Pokemon's out.
It's something to look forward to. I mean, I was actually considering, since Ace Attorney 5 is due pretty soon, I have heard that they're going to do some kind of a skin for Ace Attorney. I thought about getting it.
Probably Japan only.
Probably Japan only, and do I really want Phoenix Wright staring at me all the time? I like Phoenix, don't get me wrong.
I want to eat this cookie today. Objection!
Objection! Take that! Cookies are bad for you! And then I'd bring out my Edgeworth. Objection! See, guys, he doesn't even understand the greatness that is Ace Attorney. We might actually have to do an LP of it. Because not only is it a good game, in the fact that it's, what this generation would consider an adventure game, but it is funny as heck. It is absolutely hilarious. Because it's courtroom antics with fighting game kind of mechanics. It's like you're hurting them with logic! It really is.
Yeah, let's put it into our consideration list.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, let us know your comments. Put down in the comments if you guys want to see us do Ace Attorney. We would be more than happy to do it. I will even probably drag in my wife on it because she needs to see Ace Attorney as well. And it wouldn't be hard to do because we don't have to worry about DS coverage because of the WiiWare titles. We could at least do the first 3 games. I don't know if Apollo Justice or Ace Attorney Investigations ever made it into that. But anyway, back to the Pokemon.
Sure.
Because, we're having rampant ADD like we usually do.
Well, it's keeping me from screaming, so probably
exactly.
good.
This is all we need. We need to keep Alex's blood pressure down so that we don't have a crisis. And you had to fight him to get into a trainer battle. Excuse me, guys. I apologize for coughing so much. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully I will have it fixed. I feel like podcasters in the middle of winter. Like, sorry guys, I'm coughing, but it's flu season. And most podcasters have kids.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Windows Makey.
It's... like, if they want to use self-destruct, fine, but why do they have to add insult to injury and rob me of any experience points?
Exactly. That's the part that sucks about self-destruct.
Times like this, I do wish I had a ghost Pokemon. I'm not actually gonna get a ghost Pokemon in this generation, though.
Why would it matter if you had a ghost?
Because self-destruct wouldn't affect ghost.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Normal types don't affect ghost types.
Yay! I think the only only way you can counteract Ghost is with Ghost, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Ghosts are so overpowered, the only thing that can hurt them is themselves.
This Graveler. No, he actually doesn't self-destruct. I actually take him out. But Gravelers love to use Explosion.
Yes. And it sucks. Horribly. Oops! Out-muscled! I still like the other hiker. Oh, I could totally take you on. Oh, I'm out of Pokemon. Well, that changes things, doesn't it?
I do skip him.
And we're still in the rock tunnel.
Yes,
I thought we only had 2 floors.
No, it's actually a lot longer. And this is
now you're skipping trainers.
Well, yes, because I'm low on health.
And you don't want to go all the way back out.
I do have Dig, which helps you get out a little quicker, but of course you still got to make the trek back inside.
Yeah.
And
this one I don't think you can avoid.
Nope.
I came this far for, like, Pokemon. Because you gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all.
Okay, seeing as we're in Rock Tunnel, and of course you need Flash, I gotta say, this is the best YouTube comment I ever read once, was, "Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you? How tough am I? I went through Rock Tunnel, so without using Flash. Oh, right this way."
Oh my gosh.
Best YouTube comment I've seen.
Oh. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. So I basically felt my way through Rock Tunnel.
Well, Gen 1, it's actually easy to find your way through dark places. Not so easy in Gen 2. Or later gens, for that matter, because in the next generations, it's completely pitch black. Here, there's just enough silhouette you can figure your way around.
Well, that's the way the Game Boy worked, is that you had to at least have something on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you have the concept of LED screens in Game Boy Advance, yeah, you can totally darken it all out. I actually got into an argument with a guy one time. He's like, "Oh, the Game Boy Advance is just such a gimmick. It's so bad. It's just Super Nintendo, but mini size." Okay, first of all, it's not a 16-bit system. It's a 32-bit system. So it's capable of better graphics than even the Super Nintendo could have.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, you could get one with an LED screen. Third of all, it still had great games. Oh yeah? Point out one. How about Metroid Zero Mission? How about Metroid Fusion? How about all the Super Mario Brothers being redone in the All-Stars pack version so that we can play those? How about the fact that RPGs and Castlevania games ruled that platform?
And of course, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
And Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. That's what I'm saying. RPGs ruled that platform. Because another platform, or another one to bring up is Golden Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Crying out loud. It is so rare. It's one of those few Game Boy Advance games that I've seen people actually pay $150 for. I'm talking the cartridge, not the system.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes! I would never pay $150 for a game!
I thought this trainer was unavoidable, but in retrospect, looking at it now, I think I could have actually slipped under him. But I didn't.
Probably.
Because I really thought...
It really is kind of a shoulda, woulda, coulda situation. Because you look at that and go, well, maybe if I'd gone this way, he wouldn't have caught me, but... Oh well, you're fighting him, so you might as well get the experience and work with it. And 22! And the Pokemaniac, Mr. Creepy.
He's about to use Slowpoke. Unfortunately, I got Pikachu. And this time it won't get a disable off on me. Actually, in this generation, disable's random. But in all later generations, if it gets a disable off, whatever move you were going to select will be disabled.
Which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks because it's permanent. If it had been temporary, like for 5 turns or whatever, maybe you can survive it.
No, it's still temporary. It does wear off.
After the battle, it cancels. But...
Well, no, it can wear off in battle.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how many turns, but it does wear off in battle. Well, now we're here to Lavender Town, and we're going to wrap this episode up. So, until next time, everybody, I'm Pokemon. Okay, screw it. I can't think of any more trainer names.
And I'm creepy Pokemaniac Drak.
And we'll see you guys next time.
See you then. He's saving the game.